We were referred the Calibre program, so there's some really good things about the program from others that had used it. There's nothing else like it out there, so we were looking for something that would give us a graduate training program for group and a start-to-end solution, and obviously the middle bit being focused and managed by both us and someone, and Calibre provided that. The quality of the process is very good, it's very strong from start to finish. So we were involved in the selection process, so the candidates were chosen by us, but in a process where Calibre were present and ran the candidates through a stage of assessments. But what made it good from that point onwards was that once we had chosen, there was this partnership throughout the programme, in the sense that we were not on our own in their development. So we did our in-house work here, which was the candidates doing their module work, as it's called, but then there's the assessments that are done by the mentors that come in from Calibre, and that's what kind of made the whole thing work for us. So the quality is very high because you're being measured throughout as mentors, but also as the individual that's doing the whole process. So you're not just given someone as a trainee that's put in place and sort of hope for the best. There's a high level of quality from start to finish to make sure they adhere certain stages through the process, and we're part of that. We've got to make sure. One of the things I really liked about the whole program was that we were told very early on that if we picked the right candidate, the failure of the candidate will be down to the mentoring and our partnership with Calibre, not necessarily the individual, because it's our responsibility to make sure they learn and develop. And that's definitely been a strong case for the whole duration we've run it across group. Yeah, we're very pleased. I mean, the process prior to the assessment day made us feel that there was going to be a thorough recruitment of graduates. And that's the other reason that we brought into the programme is that there was a high focus on seeing if we can get some graduates that are out there that we can mould, who are of a high intellect and intelligence and also educated, that can come in and learn from us and our industry. But it wasn't limited to just the graduates. I mean, we, across our programme, have got people that came into us that we selected that weren't graduates. So it shows that the strength of the programme in terms of the assessments and getting people to that point. But during the initial stages, we were very pleased that there would be a level of control and selection prior to the day that we would attend for assessment, whether that be numerical tests, video calls, etc. And that really appealed again, because it meant that when we attended the assessment day, which was a full day, and we had a whole management team there, it meant that people are already being taken to a level. So what we're being presented, they're in there, in that group, are the ones that we're going to pick out and move forward with, and that is exactly how it turned out. We're a structured group, so we would benefit from having a program that is structured. So that again appealed to us. We've in the past done our own trainee programs, and probably one of the things that we can't create is that structure. We have a good management team that can adhere to a process. So when Calibre presented the way it would work for us and how structured it would be, in the sense that there is workbooks for the candidates, and the workbook program is designed to work through a monthly or weekly stage, that appealed, because it meant that the timing of how the work is done is controlled, because inevitably there are people that would like to progress quicker, and some may be a little bit slower. So allowing a timeline, and not just for the individual that we've selected, but also for our own management team. Their involvement is absolute, so they must be part of the process and make time weekly, daily. Across the group, I'd say there's been different formats to how that works. Some managers like to sort of sit down on a weekly basis and spend maybe an hour or two and review what's been happening in the learning and add value. Others probably, their design would be to say on a daily basis or as points occur. But either way, there's a structure to the program which is clearly there. But there's a little bit of flexibility depending on our business and how we fit in. But I like the fact that our managers need to fit into a program that's been established. And yeah, it's designed to make sure people don't run before they can walk. I like the monthly mentoring visits. It gives us an opportunity to check to see how we're progressing with the program. So the individual sits down with a mentor, and they will obviously look at the workbook and see where they are and how they've progressed. There's an element of sign-off in that process and to review the quality of that work that's been done. We get a feedback form from the session, so we know formally how the progress has been. And I quite like the fact that we have a third-party mentor coming in that's visiting on a regular basis, but not here every day, they can give us a bit of feedback on how the individual feels and is fitting into the business as well as the programme. Yeah, we certainly have enjoyed the partnership with Calibre Group. I mean, they understand the motor trade. The individuals we work very closely with have all either worked in the motor industry or understand how it works. So when we share some of our frustrations and what we need and what we're looking for, it's not a programme that's come from a very rigid sort of basis. It's allowed to bring people into our business, understand what we do and what we're trying to achieve with the trainees. So that's a real benefit. The other part is that Calibre's ability to be flexible. So in this process, when you recruit people and when you look at any kind of programme, and we've got different sites and different needs at different sites and different businesses. So allowing that degree of flexibility to understand how a business or a management team work and to make sure the recruits fit into that. So yeah, we've definitely enjoyed it. There's a big part that allows us to communicate openly. So we're not just following the programme, so we have lots of conversations with Calibre Group, and all the individuals within Calibre are very open to passing on information to us back and forth. And that is one of the reasons why I agreed to lend my showroom, because I'm a full supporter.